What's happening, WDN? All the football fans out there, TTC, everybody, man. This is Algiers, the very first episode of the Algiers podcast, where we will be talking strictly Saints, um, talking into the offenses, the defenses of the team, the special teams, and trash talking. In this particular episode right here is going to be talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, or as I like to call them, the Tampa Bay Yuccaneers versus the New Orleans Saints, which will be Sunday night, this Sunday at 7 o'clock p.m. So let's get into it, man. First of all, we have a very big game coming. First and foremost, I want to say shout out to everybody. Algiers is back. If you did not see my last video, I made a video saying that Algiers is going to be back, but I'm going to switch the game up because I know that the TTC is no longer in existence, and the TTC doesn't really go down like it used to. So, to continue my love and passion for the game for the love of the game and for the sports and for my WDN, for my Saints, for my Florida Lee, and to continue to rep my team, I'm going to now be doing it in a podcast style. Not as like your regular podcast, but like I say, it's still gonna be basically Algiers style sports. Still a trash talking, still a truth talker at times, but I'm just turning into a podcast. And the videos may possibly be longer because I'm going to get more into detail about the teams. So let's start first of all. First of all, I want to start in first and foremost, I want to address these Tampa Gay Yuccaneer fans. It's Saints Uptown, I like to call them. Tampa Gay Yuccaneer fans. Shout out to, all the WDN out there. Shout out to all the hangouts because I see, a lot of the cast that was in the TTC are now doing hangouts. So shout out to all y'all boys. But anyway, yeah, man, let's get into it. The Tampa Gay Yuccaneers, the fans. First and foremost, you cats, you really around here running your mouth, as if, y'all been running the division for goddamn decades. Now, the thing that's funny to me, I recall not too long ago, a couple years ago, there was Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans that did not like Tom Brady. You feel me? But now that he's on your team, now you think you're the greatest thing since sliced bread, and you feel like you can't be stopped. I see Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans. They win one game, and now they feeling like they about to go to the Super Bowl. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans? Are you kidding me? My problem with that is, Tampa Bay, my problem with that is y'all fans, man. Y'all need to sit back, shut up, and just learn to let things play out. You act as if you're running away with the division. You act like the Saints are not right there on your behind. You also act like the Saints, which is just a simple fact. Let's not sit here and forget now that the Saints did beat you cats in week 1. So you still have to come back and prove yourself against us. You feel me? But that has not happened. You have not beat us. So until you beat us, sit down and shut up. Also, let me explain another thing to you. Even if you do beat us this Sunday, the division is still not over. You can still lose down the line, and the Saints can still win this division. Let me explain something else to you. You still have Atlanta. A lot of people sleeping on Atlanta because they're not as good this year. But Atlanta is also a team that they will jump down your throat when you least expect. So I would advise y'all to shut the hell up and just let the game be played as is. So I just wanted to get that out the way. We have a game here that's going to be showing two of the best in the game. The last two GOATs. The third GOAT already retired, Peyton Manning, but you got the last two GOATs in the game. I would go Drew Brees. Possibly his last year in the NFL because I think he signed on to a multi-year deal. I think with the I think NBC or something like that, going to be doing radio. I think a broadcast network or whatever. So I really believe this is his last year. One thing I could say about the Saints, if I may, because I know I haven't been on here most of the year. This team has been very resilient. Now, they have not been pretty wins. The Saints have really eked out, been battle tested, and been really fighting through these wins. But the thing I like about this team, I think that I liked versus the past few years that where we actually been dominating teams. Like 2018, we easily dominated everybody. Last year we had some battle tests. When Drew Brees went down and Teddy Bridgewater came in, and we went on a 5-0 streak. You feel me? One thing I can say, I think I really like about this squad that we have now. Even with our defense, excuse me, let me clear with our secondary, because really the secondary, even with our secondary struggling badly, this team is still finding ways to win. And there's a simple old saying: good teams find a way to win. So that only occurs to me that the New Orleans Saints are still a good team. The thing with the defense, and I said this before, and I've been telling a couple people that have been having a problem with that, and it's been the same problem as me, man, that the Saints secondary, it's the most of the same players, man, that it has been the last few years. I personally believe it's a mental thing. You still got Marshawn Lattimore back there, and Marshawn has been showing better flashes the last 2 weeks that he has the rest of the season. I think it's a combination of things. I think one, it's a mental thing, and two, I think preseason, having no preseason season has a little bit to do with that, and I think that's why the defense is struggling so much. But I think it's more the fact of mental. You know, you know, uh, you know, that's the thing that kind of hurts these boys. And I believe that they're going to get it together. Now it won't, as we see, it won't be as dominant as it has been previous years. Talking about our defense, but I can say this. I can say this with that nation. You heard me. Um, I do think that they're going to get better. If you pay attention to that Bears game, the first half they was getting torched. The second half, it was still our particular secondary still getting torched. But I will say this: they did look better. They did pick up. They did start making some key stops in that second half. And this Saints defense this Saints secondary is the type of secondary you got to just pay close attention to. If you look in detail, they made a couple of key stops. Just like in the Chargers game, they made a couple of key stops. The Panthers game, they made a couple of key stops. It wasn't many. Like I said, and that's really what has been making these Saints games ugly. It's the fact that, if we had a secondary, and like I said, our secondary would just focus. That's my thing. I think it's personal. Our secondary, if they just learn to focus, man, we'll be good, man. But our secondary is struggling so badly and so hardly because I really believe it's just a mental problem. But I really believe they would get that together. I'm very excited with the addition that we've grabbed in Quan Alexander. Trade away Kiko Alonso, and I think on a conditional 5th-round pick. And I think that's gonna be I think that's gonna be a big addition to the Who Dat Nation. Only if Quan can stay healthy. Shout out that boy Tiger, yeah, LSU. So he coming back home, man. I love that. Finally, you know, you know, finally the Saints grab somebody, who is LSU, who's right here at home. You know what I'm saying? So if that boy can stay healthy, I think he's gonna be dangerous back there with Demario Davis, man. I can imagine that combination. That'd be scary. You feel me? But yeah, man, that's my analysis on the defense. I think it's just a mental thing, but I think they're turning that corner. It won't be as dominant as it has been previous years, but if they could just learn to bend but don't break, like they have been doing the last few weeks, I think we'll be fine. But at the end of the day, I really believe it's been our offense that really has kept us. You know what I'm saying? In this division. You feel me? Our offense has been the thing that has kept us. First and foremost, shout out to Drew Brees, because I was one of the many who was very pissed off at Drew Brees because he looked horrible, horrible in the beginning. And at first, a lot of people, like me, like a lot of other people, we was assuming it's because Drew Brees, was hurt. Because excuse me, not hurt. I tell you, because of his age, because Drew Brees, I think is 40, 41. Because he's up there in age. You feel me? So we like Drew Brees ain't got that arm strength. And yeah, you can see that Drew Brees have lacked some arm strength, but there has been many times that Drew Brees have actually thrown the ball deep. You know what I'm saying? So I think with Drew Brees is more a fact of, okay, I don't even think it's more about him not even having an arm strength. I think it's more about him, throwing the ball deep whenever he feels like he has an open man. I would just say that. And why I'm so impressed with Drew Brees this year versus minor years, because this man is basically a grandpa at grandpa age, you know what I'm saying? He has done this without his last two wide receivers. A testament to this team and his roster of how special they really are. They are, you understand? You got Michael Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders who've been out. Michael Thomas, we know, was out, because of, I think, the ankle injury he had, and then into a fight he got into, and then a hamstring. And then you had Emmanuel Sanders who was out because of the COVID. Marquez Callaway stepped in. He had a good game against the Panthers. He went out, and he was out for the Chicago game. We went right into Chicago. You understand? This was a cold game, a windy game. Winds was blowing pretty strong. The Saints are a dome team. Drew Brees is 40 years old, and we took absolutely nobody on that offense, and Drew Brees took nobody on that offense, and he basically made stars like he always do. Minus Alvin Kamara, who is a very special player, as we all know. Taysom Hill, Jared Cook, the main three people, that I would expect that Drew Brees would throw to as usual. He has been doing that. You know what I'm saying? He did that very well in the Chicago game. But like I say, you look at people like Tre'Quan Smith, um, Deontay Harris, Tommy Lee Lewis. These cats, the ones who was in the game, they stepped up. They stepped up very well. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a testament to how, that's still, a special thing because Drew Brees is still one of the best in the game. You understand? And I was telling people, a lot of people I think don't even realize this. What Drew Brees showed me the last few weeks without Michael Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders is this show only showed me that Drew Brees that we had when he first came to New Orleans. When we won the Super Bowl, there was no number one receiver. Yeah, we had Marcus Colston, who was, the best catcher, you know what I'm saying, on the team. He catch everything. But it's the simple fact that Drew Brees has never really had a dominant wide receiver until Michael Thomas really came into the picture, for all I can remember. He always had his tight ends. We remember the Jeremy Shockeys, the Jimmy Grahams, all that, but I really don't remember him really having a top wide receiver. He had Marcus Colston, but I mean a top wide receiver, who really dominated like Michael Thomas has. And what Drew Brees have done the last few weeks, I feel like he really turned the clock back a couple years back, when he took these no-name wide receivers off the street and he made them some undrafted players. I'm very impressed, with Drew Brees, the way he has done that, and I expect more of that going forward. Rather we have Michael Thomas or Emmanuel Sanders or not. And just credit to Sean Payton, because we know he's an offensive guru. He's an offensive genius, I understand? So yeah, I'm very impressed with this team, and I'm very, very, very excited, for what's that to come. I also want to give a shout out to all the Saints podcasters out there. I've been really paying attention to State of the Saints podcast. Shout out to TJ, man. He doing this thing, man. That's amazing, man. Like I really enjoy his show, man. One day maybe we could collab in the future. That'll be cool, man. And just give our personal takes on the team. Now I know he got his things to say, and I have my things to say, and I find that really dope. One of the reasons I was motivated to do this because, like I said, I love the game. I always wanted to come back to the TTC, but like I say, nobody really doing it. I know the TTC really died off. So now, really just trying to switch it up, and do something different. I know that's in the game, and I know there's a lot of people are doing the podcast thing. A lot of people are doing hangouts. You know what I'm saying? I don't really have the time that much to really do hangouts, or to be honest with you, I didn't really have the time to really do TTC videos as much as I did because of the way that I work now. But just the fact that these podcasts, I think would be a great feeling for whenever I can do them. For these games, I'll be able to do them. So yeah, man. As far as this Tampa Bay game go, this is going to be a very good game, a very important game, and this is the fight for the number one spot in the division and possibly going down the line. But like I said earlier in the video, even if we win or Tampa Bay win, it still doesn't mean that the division is over. I can tell you this. I really believe because you have Tom Brady in Tampa Bay and you have Drew Brees in New Orleans, these two teams are going to keep going above each other. They're going to keep fighting head to head, head to head, head to head until the end of this season. If you pay attention, you're looking at the stats. Tom Brady is ahead of Drew Brees in passing touchdowns. Drew Brees is going to come back up. Tom Brady going to come back up. So it's going to be a lot of record-breaking back and forth, back and forth. It's going to be a fight. But I can go ahead and tell you this right now. Tom Brady, the most likely, is going to take it because We all know that Tom Brady, is one of the best in the game. But in general, um, we also know that Tom Brady is the NFL's golden boy. So they're gonna, work where he can get, however he can get his touchdowns or become the number one in everything. Let's just be real with that. And haters can take that however you want to take it, but that's just what it is. Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans, you can take it however you want to take it, but that's just what it is. So I expect a hell of a game, man. That Tampa Bay run defense is very dangerous, but if we can continue to run the ball, that'll be a big deal. Excuse me. If we can continue to run the ball, we will be I think that will help us tremendously. You understand? Um, Run the ball against the defense. Running the ball is just a part of the game. Run the football. Tampa Bay got a great run defense, but so does the Saints. So we have to just play within the trenches. There's rumors that Michael Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders may be back this week. So we need all the help we're going to need because over there on the other side, we know Tom Brady going to put up points. We already know that team he got. They loaded. He have Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Rob Gonzalez. Excuse me, Rob Gronkowski. I said Gonzalez. Rob Gronkowski. We know he just signed Antonio Brown. And yeah, Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans catching nuts left and right. Please, like I said, let me tell y'all something. Um, you know, if you pay attention and look back in the day, back in the past, man, back at recent dream teams, they never work out. They never work out. You understand? So y'all Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans, like I said, that's why y'all need to shut up and just let the game play. You know what I'm saying? We all know this is Tampa Bay's year to host the Super Bowl. Tom Brady comes to Tampa Bay, a team that's been horrible. You know what I'm saying? And if you pay attention, man, this Tampa Bay team is not all as they hyped out to be. Yeah, they look good on paper, but like I said in the beginning of the season, I've told many Tampa Bay fans this. I also told many Saints fans this. You really have to pay attention to the fact that this Saints team has the upper hand because of the chemistry. You feel me? This New Orleans team have the upper hand because of the chemistry. When you do things like go up to Chicago and you play how you played with absolutely nobody on offense against the number one pass defense, that's called chemistry. When you do things like that, that's called chemistry. Even with how bad the secondary is playing, it's called chemistry. That's just how good this team is, and that's a testament to also the head coach and how well his coaching is. Yeah, now Baron, Sean Payton do some very stupid stuff. Like I'm very tired of the Taysom Hill experiment. You feel me? But I really believe that Sean Payton is doing everything in his power, absolutely that he can do to keep this team afloat. You know what I'm saying? And that's only a testament again, to his coaching, and just the experiment of being an offensive guru. So yeah, man, I expect a hell of a game, man. Um, we have a big, like I say, big test ahead. Like I said, the rest of the season pretty much gonna be tough. But it starts with Tampa Bay. This is the second half. We have to get this win here. And like I said, if you pay attention to the Saints, also the last few years, the Saints have always been unstoppable between those years of October and November. And you see they pulled off 4 straight, continuing that streak of what they have been the last few years. You understand? So this is why I'm saying expect more of the same going forward. And I definitely expect a battle in this fight. And like I say, down the line, I also expect to see Tampa Bay in the playoffs. This is Drew Brees' last year, so the Saints have to do everything in their power to get this man the championship ring. Um, if we don't get it, so be it. You know what I'm saying? But at this point, it's Super Bowl or bust. And like I say, just in general, I'm extremely impressed on how this team have overcome the last few years. 2017, they look good. 2018, they look unstoppable. Minus, we know how that season ended with the controversial call in the NFC Championship game. Last year, they looked very good. Even when Drew Brees went down, the Saints found a way to overcome. And like I say, that's a testament of Sean Payton and his coaching as an offensive guru. Um, the defense has come along too the last few years. Um, just like I say, we just choked down the playoffs last year. But like I say, this year it's really boom or bust. You know what the Saints can do in the regular season. You know the Saints are going to be good in the regular season. We know this. The Saints may pull off another 12, 13 wins this year. You're going to have to for sure with Tom Brady in this division, because Tom Brady may come right behind you and put off another 11, 12 wins. You know what I'm saying? So you have to keep it steady. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, just add an additional player like Antonio Brown, you have to be on your A game. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Long story short, you have to find a way to get this thing going in 2020. Um, like I said, I'm excited for what things are going to happen in the second half of the season. But like I say, most importantly for me, I'm more looking forward to the playoffs coming because I want to see if the Saints. I know it's very early to be talking about playoffs, but the Saints continue to keep this momentum and continue to fight the way they have been fighting. I want to see if this team can finally make a deep run, a deep push into the playoffs, and at least get close. If not, and fairly, if the referees don't mess over us, because we all know that the referees can't stand the Saints. If the referees don't mess over us, we'll be just fine, man. So yeah, man. This is the first edition of the Algiers podcast. Um, like I said, I'm gonna be doing many of these. This is Tampa Bay versus New Orleans, week 9, Sunday night, and I believe this is gonna be a very, very, very interesting game, a very good game, a wild one. Like I said, we got to come with our A game. Like I said, the reason I still got my Saints winning is because chemistry trumps over just having a team that's a dream team. Chemistry is going to get the job done. You know, so I expect a good game, man. I expect the Saints to win by a score of 28-24. That's my prediction score. The Saints win 28-24 in a close game. We all know that when the Saints defense has their back against the wall and they look like trash, some games they wake up and they play lights out. So I wouldn't be shocked to see the Saints come out here on defense and actually, play right, play their assignments, and get the job done against your Antonio Browns, your Mike Evans, your Chris Godwins, your I think Leonard Fournette hurt, but your Leonard Fournette, if he's not hurt, they have so many weapons over there. Rob Gronkowski's. You got a weapon at almost every position, so you don't have no reason not to go deep into the playoffs, Tampa Bay. You have no reason not to go to the Super Bowl, Tampa Bay. So best believe, like a lot of Who That Nation, a lot of Saints fans are saying, your boys better make the Super Bowl. Forget the playoffs. Your boys better win the Super Bowl because you have everything you need. And the way the media has been on your nuts because your golden boy Tom Brady is there, you have absolutely no excuse to choke out in the playoffs. So I will tell you this. If you don't make it, you're going to be getting the same treatment that I've given the Carolina Panthers, the Pussycats in 2015 when they're choked in the Super Bowl. You're also going to be getting the same treatment I give the Atlanta Falcons when they choked in the Super Bowl 28-3. We'll never forget about that. Don't forget, stay woke. So Tampa Gate. The only difference with y'all is y'all have to make the Super Bowl because anything less than the Super Bowl, even if you make the Super Bowl, you lose. Anything less than the Super Bowl win, I'm on your behind. You best believe that. So yeah, I hope you can back all this trash talking y'all doing it, because believe not just me, the rest of the Who That Nation and probably anybody else in this division are gonna rip y'all a new one if y'all do anything minus win that Super Bowl. So in the meantime, y'all can take 2 of these with you. 2 L's, yeah. An L that you about to take from us Sunday. You understand? And also I said you're gonna take another L because you ain't gonna get far in the playoffs, you feel me? You can shove them deep up your highness. You feel me? And I would say this. Shout out to everybody in the TTC, all my OGs out there, from every team, man, from 49er fans to Cowboy fans, the old school around us we used to have, the Falcon fans, the Panther fans, Tampa Bay, everybody we used to go at it with, Packer fans. Shout out to all y'all boys, man. I expect a fun game, a good game. Like I say, this is the first edition. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. This is LG's podcast, man. Tell somebody about it. One.